Today, one of the most interesting things I like to talk about is the Taos Founders, or Taos Society as they were called. It was a group of individuals, mainly Eastern trained artists that came to Taos, and they formed a society, an art colony basically, and it lasted from 1915 to 1927. It started by almost an accident, actually. Bert Phillips, who was an artist, and E.L. Blumenschein came to Taos by accident. They were painting in Colorado, decided to come down to New Mexico. They had heard about Taos from another artist named Joseph Henry Sharp, and they broke their wagon down about 20 miles outside of town. They had to flip a coin. Blumenschein lost the coin toss, and he took the wagon back to Taos, the wheel. After it was fixed, they both spent time in Taos and realized this was a great place. The Pueblo was there. They had wonderful blue skies, a Hispanic culture. Phillips said, "I'm staying," and he did. He stayed there for the rest of his life. Blumenschein, who still was doing illustration in New York City, went back to New York City and came every summer to Taos to paint. But during that time frame, he talked to other artists, and he wanted to build the colony. One of the artists he talked to, who actually didn't become one of the Taos Founders because he really was a loner and just didn't see himself being a part of this group, was Maynard Dixon. Blumenschein knew Dixon, who was working in New York City, and Dixon worked there from 1907 to 1912. And at that time, Dixon knew about New Mexico. He had been there at the turn of the century, but he didn't really feel like he wanted to be join as a group. Dixon came back in 1931, and when he did, he realized what a wonderful place this was, and actually had written Harold von Schmidt a letter that says, "Wow, what a fool I am to not have gone to Taos sooner." Some that did go to Taos, though, were Buck Dutton. Buck Dutton worked as a underneath Blumenschein at the New York School Academy, and he said, "Yeah, I want to come down," and he did. In 1912, he came and he fell in love with Taos. E.I.Couse came in 1902, as well as Joseph Henry Sharp, and not long after that, Oscar Burninghouse came as well. So those were the six that really founded. They were known as the founders of the Taos Society. A little later on, others came, like E. Martin Hennings and Walter Ufer. These were two really wonderful artists that many people think as being a Taos founder, and they are, but they weren't one of the main groups. You also had Victor Higgins and Adams. These were the main founders of the group. Then there were some accessory people that came later that really weren't founders, and they were associate members like Berger Sanzine and Catherine Critcher. These were individuals that were very good, and they were part of the Taos founder group as an associate, but they really weren't one of the founding members. These are highly collectible paintings. People still look for these paintings. They can bring millions of dollars if they're a major painting. So you want to think of those names, and you want to know about the Taos Founders.